People are having a hard time deciding, especially since we are very new to this, very new to the game, and most people don't know enough information to make a good decision when it comes to these light codes and which one to get. So let's start off with the Fall of Aeon. This basically increases your attack and then also increases your damage after inflicting a weakness break. Now this seems very good on paper. The main reason is because you guys can get up to a 64% increase in attack. The problem with the giving attack is that while it will give you guys a very high base attack as well as a 16% damage increase times 4, because it stacks up to 4 times, which is a 64% increase, and then that increase as well, those are not bad. However, in the end game, we will basically reach a point of diminishing returns, and this is mainly going to be because of relics. You guys are going to be running attack percent on 1 or maybe even 2 of your relics, depending on what character you're using. You're already going to get a lot of attack percent from that. In games like Genshin, for example, 1800 to around 2200 attack is the area you want to be at for attack, and investing more into attack after that is going to lead to diminishing returns and is ultimately not going to be as beneficial. That's why you guys are going to instead want to run different light cones. So for destruction light cones, the ones that you guys are going to want to run and the ones that are going to be best are a secret vow, because this is going to increase the damage dealt by the wearer. Now you guys are probably thinking this is a 20% increase in damage while the other one's a 64% increase in attack. And this one is actually going to give you more damage because damage dealt is always going to be superior to attack just because of the way damage calculations work on this game. Basically, attack percent is going to be additive because you're getting an attack percent buff, you're adding to your attack. However, damage dealt is going to be multiplicative after those are already counted into the equation. It's the same as Genshin in terms of damage calculations. So you're going to have other stuff such as if you're running a character, their element bonus, you're going to have attack from them already, and that's just going to be increasing attack on top of the other stuff that you guys are already doing. Skill damage, attack percent, buffs, and then getting subtracted because of defense and all the other stuff from the enemies. So basically, it's going to be a lot better to get a 20% raw damage increase rather than a 64% attack increase, because that increase is not actually going to be as good when it comes to damage dealt. And it's overall going to be very good because you guys may have already gotten it off of the banner already, and you may have copies as well. But if you guys don't have it, Collapsing Sky is also going to be pretty good because it can boost your basic attack and skill damage by 40%. It'll be very easy to get super in position 5 as well. So pretty much everybody will have it. You will get a lower base attack and you will do overall less damage, but it is a super low investment version, and you will be able to then invest your resources into other light cones that may be more important than this one. This one has other options that can replace it, while stuff such as the Hunt one have less options that you can replace it with. So for the Hunt one, which is cruising in the Stellar Sea, gain an increase of 8% crit rate, and increases their crit rate against enemies, also increases their crit rate when the enemies are weak, meaning that you guys can get up to basically 32% crit rate for free in some boss fights, which is going to be very strong. Also, when the wearer defeats an enemy, their attack is increased by 40% per 2 turns. You can get an attack increase as well as a high crit rate increase. This light cone is actually going to be very strong for hunt characters, and in many cases will probably be the best thing you guys can run. Now, if you guys are not interested in going for this, also go for swordplay, which can increase your damage by anywhere from 40 to 80% with full stacks. This is only going to work in boss fights, and the effect is only going to work after a couple of turns have gone by. Characters that can do a lot of follow-up attacks and attack very frequently, this is going to be even better. Those characters like Sila or Sushang, for example. But overall, this is going to be less useful than the other one because of the amount of situations that it's useful in. Of course, these two are both good as well. Also, the thing about this is that these 3 stars for here, which are going to be your options that you can get very easily, are not very good. Makes this Hunt one even more valuable, because you're not going to be able to get good 3-star options, and the 4-star options you may not be able to get as well. So that's going to put more emphasis on this being a very good pick, especially for characters who are Hunt, and those of you guys who are using Hunt characters in your team, such as Don Heng, Sushang, Sila, or any of the other ones. Lastly, let's talk about Texture of Memories, which is going to be the Preservation light cone. So the thing that this does is it increases your resistance of the character that you are using, and if they are attacked, they gain a shield. Now this isn't terrible, but the problem with it is that it only gives a shield to your active character. The thing is that this light cone exists day 1 of my new life, and this will give shields to all of your characters. The problem with this is that it only gives your resonance to one character. But the thing is, there's going to be other characters that are going to be better for a lot of situations because it's not going to be so reliant on themselves. For example, day 1 in my new life is going to increase the defense of all your characters on your team and increase the damage resonance for all of your team. It's going to be insanely strong, especially compared to this one, which is only going to be more of a selfish one, and you don't really want your preservation character to be super selfish because it's going to be better to spread everything throughout the rest of your team. Now, a lot of these cards I don't have, but this is still early game, so you're probably going to get a lot of the 4 stars as time continues and goes on. Currently only a week into the game, so it hasn't been out for very long. So that's why we are also going to recommend a 3-star option, okay? When the wearer unleashes their ultimate, they restore HP equal to 18% of their max HP. This is also going to be a very selfish one, but it's going to be better than the other 3-star options because all those do is just increase their defense. With that being said, the one I'm going to recommend is that you guys get Cruising in the Stellar Seas, and that the other ones you just do not get yet. And you consider either saving your stuff or waiting until further down the line, because those are the 3 light cones that we have currently. And we are going to get more of these in the future as well. It just may take a while. The Jiangsu, right, is based off of the Hunt. This one is the Herta space station, is based off of Destruction, and Jurio 6 is based off of Preservation. So as time goes on, we will definitely get more of them. I'm not saying to save all the way until 2.0, that would be absolutely insane to demand of you. I'm saying to give it more time so that you guys can get 4 stars and get some other 5 stars maybe from the standard banner, and just hold off right now to see what will be the best for long-term investment, because these are going to take 1 to 2 months to get. And don't forget that we are getting a lot of first-time bonuses as rewards from clearing the stages, so that you will not be able to get those again, and in the future it is going to take a lot longer to get those things because we're going to be only able to get 8 per month, which means it's going to take approximately 2.5 months to get a full light cone to R5. Now, if you guys are willing to make an investment like that and wait, then that is fine, but personally I would recommend looking into what things you have and at the stuff that I recommended, because you guys probably have a decent amount of light cones. So look at the light cones you have and decide whether or not it is worth it for you based on the descriptions that I've given and sort of the alternative options. If you don't have any of the alternative options and want to get one of those light cones, then by all means do it, but I still do recommend the Hunt one as the best one.